Hi viewers, welcome back again. We're still on Sahara TV, giving you guys live update of the ongoing 2015 Nigerian elections. And right now, we want to start talking about the results. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but we'll be giving you guys an update of what we have. And also, I have some wonderful women with me in the house, so we'll also be talking about women issues in Nigeria as we're discussing the result of the election. So the first person on my left is Miss Ese Olumhense. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you.
And Miss Fatima Sesay, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
And Miss Adebola Shelby, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you women here with me today. You are working with Sahara TV, and so it's good to have a panel of Sahara TV workers as well to share our opinion about the ongoing election. And I just want to start with you, Miss Essay. What do we have so far in terms of results?
So, as you said, nothing is really official, nothing has been confirmed. But what has been happening all day is we're working with citizen journalists at Sahara to get reports in and wait at polling stations to get that information and then update people as it comes out. So right now, one of the results that's been most controversial all day is what's going on in Rivers. The situation has been heated, all day, and it wasn't something that people had necessarily expected. As of now, with all the controversy, the reports that are coming out are suggesting that the state will go to PDP at all levels, presidency and National Assembly, which is interesting for many people considering the governor is a part of the APC, leader of the Buhari campaign, and it was a hot point for a lot of people. People, died today in River State. It's been something that it's been very tense, and people are, wondering if those results will hold now because the governor, Amici, is saying that they should be canceled and that a new contest should be held.
The election should be canceled.
Yeah, in that state.
And because we are also talking about women issues, I'm sure you guys are aware this is the First Lady's state. So, first of all, Fatima, are you surprised to hear that it's looking like, by the way, nothing has been confirmed? So these are just, results coming from citizen reporters. Are you surprised to hear that it's possible that River State will fall into the hands of PDP?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Why is that?
Well, you just said it's the First Lady's hometown.
Yeah.
So my presumption is, of course, they're going to go for whatever the First Lady wants. It's her state.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure that Ms. Adebola will have something to say about that. Are you aware of her campaign strategies so far? Because she's been very vocal. In fact, I think she has been campaigning more than the husband, but hey, what do I know? So are you aware of any of her campaign?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what you know.
There is God.
Okay, the There Is God was before this, and we'll still come to that, the Chibok girls that were kidnapped. But, she has said some really controversial things, actually, in
about
this campaign.
stoning the opponents and all that.
There was a time that she said people should stone whoever talks about change.
Yes.
She's been saying a lot of things about how she would not be going to the prison to give her husband food. So, personally, I don't think that I'm surprised to see that it's possible that River State is falling for PDP. Excuse me. Again, this result has not been confirmed, but another thing, like Essay said, is to put into consideration is the fact that Amechi, who is the leader of Buhari's campaign, is from River State. So, do you have any other results? Do we have any other result coming in at this time from any other state?
Right now, we are also getting some predictions in Kano State, which suggests that the state will, as people have thought, will become an APC state at all levels. Okay. So that's interesting because that's one of the larger states. I think it's the second largest. I don't have that
I
number.
think it is the second largest in terms of population in Nigeria. And are you guys surprised? This is in the north. Are you surprised that they would vote mostly for Buhari?
I'm not. I think it was pretty much expected at all levels. Whereas Rivers was more shocking. But I think people's expectation was that there'd be more violence in the north.
Yeah, that's the shocking thing. Okay, it's been relatively peaceful in northern Nigeria today. What do you have to say about that, Fatima? We've not really heard about any major issues except for the Boko Haram territories.
Yeah, I think that's First of all, I think that's impressive. And
Yeah, it is
they should be,
impressive.
you know, commended
Commended.
for wanting to have a peaceful and fair election. And I feel like that says a lot, too, about the candidate. Yeah.
Like Buhari? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
who's
Okay.
represent? Yeah, I feel like that says a lot.
And I had
about
a
that.
lot of people turn out, by the way, to go and vote. So
Yes, exactly.
anyway, we'll see what happens in the hometown of Mr. President.
I need to see what happens.
He went out to vote earlier today, and first of all, like half hour, the machine wasn't working, which is very sad.
I read that on BBC that
Yeah.
he was waiting for like
like half
15.
hour.
Yeah.
And
over 15 minutes.
after he was done voting, he did say that he voted for himself. Were you surprised to hear
Wow.
that? I am not. Well, I'm like shocking. What a revelation! He voted for himself. Like what? All right. So I just want to talk about some women issues as we wait to get more results. Once again, these results have not been confirmed, and we're working very hard to get like concrete result, confirmed result.
Exactly.
So, but this is what we have so far. And to be honest with you, I'm so excited to know about the result. That's all I've been waiting for, just to know, what would eventually happen. But I want to talk briefly about the fact that now we're having election. Election is rounding up gradually, and we still don't know where the Chibok girls are. So I'll start with you, Debbie. I mean, Adebola, I should say, are you disappointed that we couldn't find the girls? I mean, do you think this affected how people cast their votes today?
Oh, totally. I totally think so. It's very, very sad to watch. I think the government has been very, very slow about the process, and the fact that, what they couldn't do in the last couple of, years, they were able to do that in 6 weeks. That means, somebody somewhere is not being proactive. So I think, it definitely did affect their campaign. There are a lot of women in Nigeria, and people are very sentimental about, issues like that. So I think that definitely gave them a big blow in the tummy.
And Miss Fatima, I've just been thinking that a lot of people are saying that the reason the Nigerian government tried to find the girls in the last 6 weeks is so that Mr. President can win re-election. I don't know about that, but that's what people are saying. So now that we didn't find the girls, if Jonathan should win this election, do you think they will still have the same momentum in going after the girls, or do you think they may relax? I mean, what do you think as a person?
Personally, I feel like first I would like to agree with what she said.
Okay.
If they can do so much in 6 months,
6 weeks.
why- 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Why couldn't they do that? It's almost a year now since the girls
It's gonna
have
be a
been
year
missing.
next month.
It's gonna be a year next month.
Exactly.
So you're saying that even if they found them, it doesn't really...
I don't think it'll change anything.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think it would, because, like I said, if they could do that in 6 weeks, and the momentum have not been up there,
Yeah.
nothing would change.
Okay.
It'll remain the same.
And Ese, I want to switch gears just a little bit to talk about women participation in Nigerian politics. Now we have one female presidential candidate. I'm sure you've probably listened to her. I want to know, first of all, if you're impressed. If you could vote, would you vote for her? I mean, and also the women that we have in power right now, not as presidents, but like in official positions. I want to talk about them briefly. But are you impressed with the female presidential candidate that we have right now?
I am impressed with her. I definitely respect her. She's an educated woman. She has a platform that she's working toward. And I feel like the campaigns of like the APC and the PDP this year have been very reactionary. So it's like the PDP says something and the APC reacts. Every day there's press releases, a name calling back and forth. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me when there are issues. Like, I care about more things than what's happening with Patience Jonathan and what she's saying and how people are reacting to it. And those things, they matter, but it's like we have a candidate, whether she's female or not, that has women in mind and is working toward the goals that women are working toward. The everyday Nigerian woman isn't thinking about what Patience Jonathan is saying and living that to the letter. So I think that, on issues of the kidnapped girls, I can't say for sure what exactly she would do. And I know as a woman, her burden of, proof or like her need to prove herself will be more. People will put more on her. But I feel like the fact that these girls have been missing for almost a year, and President Jonathan and his wife sleep every night and wake up every morning, and and they're okay, is sad. If I was gone for 1 week from my own home, my parents would miss me.
They
So
would miss you, or they would not sleep.
And I just can't
I don't think
imagine
they would just
how
miss you. I think they would be out there looking for you.
how those girls' parents feel. Like a missing
Actually,
girl
I
in
think
Nigeria.
about 11 parents
Have died, yeah.
because of heart attack. So
Yeah.
it's very sad the way they've been handling
Yeah.
it. So, but I wanted to know if you guys are impressed with some of the women that we have in position of authority right now. Starting with, what do you think that the Nigerian I wanted you, Fatima, to talk about our petroleum industry. Are we doing well? The fact that we have a woman there hasn't made any difference, And then Adebola, I would like you to talk about the Nigerian economy. Are you impressed by the way it's been handled? It's been handled by women. I mean, we all probably want women in position of authority, but I wanted to know the women that we have right now. But we do have some women that are doing well. But let's talk about these two women first, and starting with you, Fatima.
Okay, so you're talking about Diziane?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you impressed? I mean, she's a woman.
She is a woman, and like she just said about the first female, the only female candidate for this elections. Yes, I am impressed. Whenever a woman is at the top or at a position of authority, you can't not be impressed with them, especially being a young African woman.
You are impressed by
yes.
So let's forget the fact that she's a woman right now. Are you impressed by her performance so far as our petroleum minister in Nigeria?
That's a hard question.
It is. That's why I'm just
Okay, you think about that. You think about that. How about you?
Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, it's very hard to say. I think based on the structure that is in Nigeria, most things are not very transparent. So you can't exactly say if someone is doing a good job or not. Because you can't just, go to the website of the petroleum industry and know what's going on. Like, there are past history that you have to go behind and really understand the system itself. So I feel like the problem is with the structure, and maybe more with that
the structure
than the person. If you understand what I'm saying. I mean, the person obviously
I have
counts.
not said that any of them is a problem, by the way.
But
Let's just
please don't quote me.
We're just, we're trying to analyze their performance so far. Do you have any other results that I can interrupt this discussion? If not, we will just go on. Right now, we have that from River State, it looks like PDP is winning, and in Kano State, it looks like APC is winning, right?
Things are still trickling in, and I think that.
And these are not like official results.
More.
Okay.
Sir, a thing that came across that I think is interesting is someone says that they were turned away from voting in the north because the INEC officials are tired.
The INEC officials were tired.
So they turned all the rest of the people that wanted
Wow,
to vote.
that's
yes,
sad.
That's something that
I
came
would be
across
so
that.
upset,
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, but Ese, do you share the same opinion in terms of the performances of some of our women officials in Nigeria right now? We're just looking at our economy and our petroleum industry.
I think it's great that these women are involved in such high positions in the government. The Minister of Petroleum Resources is the first woman elected to president of OPEC, which is a big deal. But it's like presence is not enough. In a country with 170 million people, a good amount of them are women. And this is the best that we could do, in terms of our economy. Oil is a big deal. It's not like agriculture where you can kind of get away with some slumps and, some economic cycles that are unfavorable. But this is like consistent. And I feel like if you're going to be a woman and play that card, I'm a woman and I'm the first of this and this and this, make progress. Advocate for missing girls. Don't deny that they, were ever missing. Like, donate, set funds for, girls in schools and things like that. Like, do things that make you more of, if you want the women's vote, if you want my sympathy as a woman, being a woman in a place is not just enough. Like, I could come here right now as part of this segment and just sit here and say nothing, but I'm here. Participation in an active way, I think, is more important, whether you're a male or a female.
Okay. I really appreciate that. For me, I do want women representation. We all want women representation, equal representation. But for me, it goes beyond, okay, now we have a woman in office. I want to see how well she performs.
Yeah.
So when it comes to performance, to me, I don't care if it's a man or woman. whoever gets the job done. As much as I want women, I want women that will get the job done. Don't just be there to look pretty. Okay, but we do have some women that have really. Are you familiar with Abike Dabiri? Could you say anything about her?
I am. I'm a huge fan of hers.
Okay.
I've known her like years back when she started from NTA. So she is definitely one of those women in Nigeria. If you're, gonna think about women who made or are making a difference, she definitely tops that list.
Okay, so definitely I have to talk about what you guys would miss if the Nigerian president doesn't win this election. Would you miss the first lady, and what would you miss about her? Starting with you.
I think I would miss her, but not in not in the way that she's a character. She's funny.
She's a character.
She brings like this really entertaining. Like people are focused on what she's saying, not because she's like the first lady, but because it's just so outrageous. And I think we'll miss that humor if we have a different first lady. I think she's unique in her own way. She's eccentric. She's herself. She's Patience Jonathan. Nobody, you can't
Nobody
really
can
tell
be like
her.
her.
No one can be like her. No one can replace that.
Oh my God. Okay, so you totally maintain this. You had this demeanor of talking about serious issue, while at the same time you called her outrageous, a character. You did. I say you're bad, but we won't go into details. What would you miss, Fatima?
Yes, definitely her humorous character.
You also call her.
There is God
in everything.
In everything. Yes, I will miss that.
I think she added so much to our vocabulary.
So much.
Apart from there is God.
Chai.
She should become an actress after.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Go ahead, Miss Adebola.
I mean, I don't think I personally would miss her.
Wow.
My own, and let me just say it, personal opinion, okay? Like, I don't think she's a good representation of a Nigerian woman. Like, Nigerian women are fierce. We are,
She's fierce.
on point.
She is fierce.
Kicking ass in schools. We are the best at everything.
Like for her husband fiercely.
Well,
and we're seeing results.
She's a
in
ride or
Rivers
die.
State. But I completely understand what you're saying.
I would not miss, her. There is God, stone people, blah, 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 all that stuff she does. Like, I need someone who, is organized, knows what they're doing, knows how to communicate with people, knows the right thing to say at the right time, stuff like that. Those are things that comes with, being educated.
I think it will be good, whoever gets there next time, even if she's the one. I think there's room for improvement, definitely.
Exactly.
And it's never too late. Get a tutor or something, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the way she talks, but, when you're representing a whole country, it's not just about you anymore.
Oh, there is everything wrong with the way she talks. Everything.
Everything is wrong with the way she talks.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, do you have any more results coming in that we can...
Nothing breaking right now. I mean, because of the delays earlier today with the card readers and everything, it's kind of thrown everything off a little bit. But we will have updates.
Yeah, by the way, they said election will still keep going on until tomorrow.
Exactly.
So even though we have some results coming in, and we'll keep updating you guys with whatever result we have, keep in mind that election is still going on. So anything could happen. Anything could still happen. But I'm so happy and excited to have you guys with me on this panel today in the studio of Sahara TV. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate everything that you guys have talked about, and I look forward to voting for one of you someday. If you should hold any official post, women representation. All right, guys, that has been the women panel on this election 2015 coverage. Please stay tuned as we bring you results as they are trickling in. Once again, these are not official results. Nothing has been confirmed yet. This is what we have, so we'll keep bringing you updates. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.